Good morning. Where's my video? Here I am. Happy Friday. Welcome to Sports Performance. It's so nice to see you. I'm glad you made it today.
You.
So today's workout, we are going to be doing our strength focused workout today. So we're going to do 3 rounds. We got 5 movements. You will need 1 set of dumbbells. Always recommend 2 just to have the different weights in there, but definitely need 1. And then we're going to be doing lots of total body movements today. So I'll get kind of right into what we're going to be doing. And we're going to start off, we're going to do a lot of presses today. So if your shoulders are on fire later, sorry, not sorry. So we're going to start off with a squat press. So we're going to have our dumbbells right at the shoulders. We're going to squat down, pushing up and pressing at the same time. So you want to use those legs to help your arms come overhead and then right back down. So your arms are helping your legs and legs helping your arms there. So that's the first movement. And then our second movement, we're going to do an alternating dumbbell snatch. So for this one, you're going to start with your dumbbell in between your feet, like right up with the arch of your foot. You're going to squat down. So your butt is going to be below the knees. You're grabbing onto your dumbbell. You're going to power up, explode, use those legs again. That elbow is going to drive up and then you go straight overhead and back down. And then the other side again, driving up. So that elbow is coming first. So if you have like a plane of glass right here, you break that glass with your elbow first. You're down, up, straight up, and then back down. So that is the dumbbell snatch. You're going to feel that a lot in the shoulders for sure. And then our next 2 movements are the same. We're going to do all on one side and then all on the other. We're going to do a reverse lunge into a press. So for this one, the dumbbell is in my right hand. So I'm going to step back with my right leg. So whatever hand your dumbbell is in, that leg is stepping back. So it's going to be on the opposite hand of the leg that's in front. So step back, stepping up as we press. So very similar to the squat to press, where we press as we stand up. And then we'll do that on the other side, back and up. So we're going to do all on one side and then switch over to the other side. And then we're going to end with some dead bugs. I don't know, I'm so out of breath right now. Okay, we're going to end with dead bugs. So with this, you can either just do them regular, or if you'd like, you can do the core assist, which is where the dumbbells are above the hands, knees above the hips, extend out, come back in, and then out and back in. But if you don't want to do the dumbbells, then you can do opposite arm, opposite leg, extending out and back. So I'll give you that option this morning, whatever feels good and whatever you'd like to do. But that is going to be our whole circuit for today. So we're going to do that 3 times through, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and get started with our warm-up. So first movement for our warm-up here, we're going to do the world's greatest stretch. So we can come up to the top of our space and we're going to take a nice big deep breath, interlace those fingers, grab onto the right knee, pull that right knee towards the chest. Nice big deep breath. And we're going to step back into a reverse lunge. Keeping that back leg nice and straight. Hands go on the inside of our front foot. So that back leg is staying nice and straight. This is going to open up our hips. We're going to take a nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, bring the left hand towards the ceiling. So if the left leg is in front, left hand is towards the ceiling. Gaze past that thumb so we get that rotation through our neck. Nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, plant that hand on the outside of the front foot. Push your hips up into a nice hamstring stretch so that toe is going to be pointed towards the ceiling. I'm going to feel that all the way from the calf, all the way through the backs of the hamstrings. Nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, bring our feet together and stand on up. Awesome. All right, we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So interlace those fingers, grab onto the left knee this time, pulling the left knee towards the chest. Nice big deep belly breath. And we're going to exhale, stepping back into our reverse lunge, hands on the inside of the front foot. Keeping that back leg nice and straight, opening up those hips, nice big deep belly breath. And we're exhaling, opening the right hand up towards the ceiling this time. So right leg is in front, right leg towards the ceiling. Gazing past that thumb, still keeping that back leg straight. Nice big deep breath. And we're gonna exhale, planting on the outside of our front foot. Push those hips up into our hamstring stretch. Try to get that chest as close to the knee as we can. Nice big deep breath. And we're gonna exhale, bring our feet together and stand on up. Awesome. All right. Next part of our warm-up, this one is gonna really open up the hips. Might not feel very comfortable, but it really will help. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push our hips back into somewhat of a forward fold, grabbing onto our toes. So I wanna keep our back nice and flat. Our feet are hip width apart. From here, we're gonna bring our glutes, our hips down towards the ground. So going down as far as we can, you know, a nice deep squat, opening those hips up. And then we're gonna go ahead and push back up so that our glutes are towards the ceiling again. So we're gonna do that a few times. So we're coming down into our nice deep squat, opening up those hips. You can even put those elbows on the insides of those knees as we're down. And we're gonna stand back up, not fully. Head is still towards the ground. And we're gonna do two more. So coming down, again, you can always put your elbows on the inside of your knees if that is comfortable, and stand back up. And last one, bring those hips down. You can even rock side to side too if that feels good, really opening those hips up. And we're gonna exhale, bringing those hips up, and then we're gonna go ahead and stand all the way up. And now we're ready for all of our squats and pressing. So starting off, we got squats and presses coming up first. So grabbing onto those dumbbells, holding them towards the shoulders. We're getting ready here, 45 seconds of work, going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So dumbbells at the shoulders, feet hip width apart, squatting down, letting that inside part of the knee be right over the second toe, and also making sure that those knees are over our toes a little bit as well, and then pressing up. So using those legs to help our arms and vice versa. With our dumbbell placement, our elbow placement, we want those elbows slightly in front of the shoulder. So I want us to think 45-degree angles, not all the way out. That puts our shoulder at risk for injury. We want them slightly in front. So elbows in front, pushing around away, standing on up. 3, 2, 1. All right, nice job. Next up, we have our alternating dumbbell snatches. So we only need one dumbbell for the rest of the workout. And we're gonna stand right above that dumbbell. So feet are gonna be a little bit wider than hip width. 3, 2, 1. So we squat down, power up, coming through. So the elbow is leading the hand. So elbow first, then the hand all the way up. So this one, I usually do recommend a lighter weight to start with, because bringing that weight all the way overhead is a little bit hard on the shoulders. So drive the elbows, making sure we're squatting all the way down. So from this side, my butt is down like I'm at the bottom of my squat, and then powering up. If we have those hips up too high, we start to pull through the back. So we wanna make sure we're using those legs. Keep that dumbbell as close as we can. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, next up we have reverse lunge into our press. So whatever foot we're stepping back with, that's the hand that's holding the dumbbell. 3, 2, 1. So I'm stepping back with my right arm. I'm stepping back with my right leg. So the dumbbell is in my right arm. Don't know why that was so difficult for me today. That's fine. Making sure that when we step back, again, that knee is over our second toe, chest is over the arch of our front foot. We want to use that front leg. We want to feel it in the front glute and the front hamstring and quads a little bit as well. We don't want to be pushing off of our back leg. So if we push off that back leg, we're going to feel it in our back quad. That's not where we want to feel it today. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So holding the dumbbell in our opposite hand, the opposite foot is stepping back. 3, 2, 1. So again, chest over the arch of that front foot, pushing off the front leg, standing up as we press. so that our legs are helping our arms to do the movement. And then again, making sure that elbow is slightly in front of us, hand just above the shoulder. So if the hand comes down too far, we're going to start seeing more of this. We don't want to see that dip. So I want to stay nice and tall through the shoulders, stepping back, coming up. If it helps, you can always have that opposite arm out to the side if that helps with not rocking back and forth. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last part of round 1, we have our dead bugs. So again, if you would like, you can hold those dumbbells above your shoulders, or you can just do regular dead bugs. 3, 2, 1. I'll probably switch off. So if we're not doing our core assist, we're extending opposite arm, opposite leg, keeping that belly button pressed into the ground. It helps if we exhale as we come back to center. Also really helpful to keep those legs nice and loose. I know I tend to start pulling with my quads, and I'll start to feel that in the hips. Want to pull through the stomach. So if you imagine that we've got an apple sitting right here, we want to crush that apple with our core. Or if you pretend like you have to brace yourself, like someone's about to punch you, which is a little bit less visually pleasing, but it helps. 3, 2, 1. All right, that is round 1. We're gonna do that 2 more times through before we start to cool down and do our mindset reset. So we're starting with our squats and presses. 3, 2, 1. So squatting down, using those legs, coming right back up. Keeping those dumbbells right above the shoulders, keeping that chest up in the bottom of our squat. So it's really natural to try and lean forward because we have those dumbbells here. We want to keep our shoulder blades pulled down and back. So if we pretend like we've got an orange right here, squeezing that orange or cracking the egg, whatever imagery works best. So we're cracking, squeezing, squatting down, pressing right back up. And those elbows up, pushing the ground away. Try and get at least 2 more in here. 3, 2, 1. All right, nice job. Next up, our alternating snatches. So we're putting that dumbbell in between our feet, standing over the dumbbell. 3, 2, 1. So feet hip width apart. It's just like a squat, but we're just not pressing. We're really driving through the elbow, coming straight off the ground. This is a really great movement for power and explosiveness, which is why I like to add it into this class. Really great all around for sports, but also if you like to run, it will never hurt to work on power through the legs. Great job. Keep pushing, drive those elbows. Almost there. Try and get 1 more each side. 3, 2, 1. All right, nice job. Next up, we have our reverse lunge with the press. So whichever leg is stepping back, that's where we want our dumbbell. 3, 2, 1. So I'm stepping back with my right leg, which means my left leg is in front. And again, if it helps with balance, to hold that opposite arm out. Pressing through the ground, heel big to little toe, just stepping up with our front foot. So sometimes if I find myself pushing off of my back foot too much, I will step and stand all the way up with just 1 foot. So I find that to be helpful. So we're focusing on that front glute and the front quads. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side. And then we have dead bugs. And then we'll do 1 more round before we cool down. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back, opposite foot, opposite hand. Also making sure that when we step back, our foot is in line with that hip. If we step back directly behind, we're gonna get all wobbly. We wanna be more like train tracks when we're stepping back versus a tightrope. Lost my focus there for a second. Pushing through heel big toe, little toe with that front foot. Keeping that chest above the arch of our front foot as well. So that way we get that glute emphasis. 3, 2, 1. All right, great job so far. We got one more round after this last set of dead bugs. So either regular dead bugs or you have the core assist going. 3, 2, 1. I'm doing the regular ones today because we did do the core assist in class yesterday. So I'm gonna do a full dead bug today, but keeping that belly button pressed into the ground. Should not really be able to fit the hand under that low back on the ground. Making sure too that our knees are above the hips. If our knees are too far in, we're gonna take that core engagement away, which is not what we want. We wanna really use our core in the front. 3, 2, 1. All right, round 2 is done. We got one more to go before we cool down and reset our minds. We're gonna stand on up. We have squats and presses, last round of these. 3, 2, 1. Not upset that this is the last time doing these. Every time I put these in a class and then I look at them, I'm like, dang it, I have to do squats and presses again. But I love them for total body strength movement, also gets the heart rate up. Great job. Keeping those elbows slightly in front. We got 45-degree angles, just like we're doing push-ups. Protecting those shoulder joints. Pushing through the ground, heel, big toe, little toe. Keeping that core nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Okay, I'm nice and sweaty now. All right, we got our alternating dumbbell snatches next. Standing over that dumbbell. 3, 2, 1. Squatting down. Use those legs, elbow coming first, and then driving all the way up. We'll use those legs, squatting down, keeping that chest up. If our chest is forward, we're gonna use that low back a little bit more. So keep that chest up. Push the ground away. Using that whole foot. We're finishing strong with this movement. And then we only got 3 more to go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew. I'm out of breath. All right. Next up, we have reverse lunge into our press, starting with whichever leg and arm. 3, 2, 1. So I'm starting with my left leg in front, right leg is stepping back, so my right arm is doing the pressing. Great job. Using that front foot, chest over the arch of the front foot. Pushing, finishing strong here. Now, sometimes the third round can be the hardest because we've already worked super hard the other 2 rounds. Keeping that elbow in front. Almost there, try and get at least 1 to 2 more reps. 3, 2, 1. All right, done with that side for the day. Check that off. We'll do that same thing on the other side. Getting ready. Last set of lunges here. 3, 2, 1. Stepping back, that opposite foot, pressing with the opposite arm. Keeping that core nice and tight so our back is nice and flat. We're pushing through our front glute. So if we focus on pushing through our heel, big toe, little toe, that's going to activate the glutes the way we want to for this movement. And we are pressing up, elbow slightly in front. Great job. Ooh, balance. Finishing strong. Try and get at least 2 more of these in today. 3, 2, 1. All right. Setting that dumbbell down. We've got dead bugs. And then we'll do a couple cool down movements and be on our way. 3, 2, 1. Finishing strong. Working on our pillar shoulders, hips, and torso here, which is why this is one of my favorite movements. It can help strengthen the low back to offset some low back pain, as well as strengthen the core to help be stronger in all of our other movements that we do. Great job. Really pulling through the core. Finishing strong. Try and get a few more each side. 3, 2, 1. And that is it for today's circuit. Nice job. We made it through. I am nice and sweaty today. Love that for me. If you need a sip of water, go ahead and grab it. If not, we are going to make our way onto the ground on our backs for our cool down today. And we did a lot of hip things today, a lot of squats. So we're going to stretch out our hips. So we're going to lay on our back. I'm going to take my right ankle, cross it over the left knee. And if that's a good tension, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little extra, go ahead and interlace those fingers and grab either behind the knee or in front of the shin, whatever is available to you today. We're going to start to pull that knee towards our chest. We're going to start to slow the breath down. So we're going to take nice big deep inhales through the nose into the belly, feeling that back expand, feeling our hips expand with each inhale. And exhaling, sighing away that tension throughout the body. So this is where we start to slow our breath down, and that's going to allow our body to calm down. And we're going to have our mind calm down at the same time. So today, for our mindset reset, we're going to focus on gratitude. And sometimes when things are really stressful or things get hard or we're really busy, sometimes we just forget to practice that gratitude, and that can just uplift our mood, our mind, our spirit for the day. And doing that in the morning can be super helpful. So what we're going to do while we're on this side, while we're breathing, we're going to think of 3 things that we are grateful for today. And it could be anything. It could be, you can be grateful for your first sip of coffee in the morning. That counts. Thinking of those 3 things that we're grateful for as we're taking those slow, deep breaths. And let's go and do one more deep breath on this side. And after we finish that exhale, we can bring that foot down to the ground and then switch over onto the other side. So I have my right foot planted on the ground. So I'm going to take the left knee over, the left ankle over the right knee. Goodness. And if that feels good, that tension, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little extra, go ahead and interlace those fingers and grab either behind the knee or in front of the shin. We're going to pull that knee towards the chest. And again, same thing, breathing nice and deep in through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth, sighing away that tension that we feel throughout our body this morning. Breathing into the tight parts. We're feeling our body relax. Feel that heart rate calm down. When we make those exhales through the mouth longer than our inhales, then it's going to help our heart rate calm down and our digestive system is going to be a little bit more ramped up so we can go eat after this. We're going to get into our rest and digest nervous system. So that's why we like to do those exhales longer than the inhales. And while we're on this side and while we're breathing, I now want us to think of 3 people that we are grateful for. So think of those people. Think about why you appreciate them. And while we're thinking about those people, I want us to just send them love and gratitude and positive vibes going into this day. So just send them to them. Send them some love and light going into this Friday and going into the weekend. And let's go do one more deep breath on this side. And as we finish that exhale, we can gently bring that foot towards the ground and then our other foot. And from here, you can either flip over onto your stomach for child's pose, or you can just lay on your back on the ground. That's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to finish out with a few more deep breaths. And what we're going to do while we're here breathing, we've now, had 3 things we're grateful for, 3 people we're grateful for. And now I want us to think of our 3 favorite things about ourselves. So maybe something you're proud of for yourself for doing, or it really could be anything. Like maybe you accomplished your to-do list yesterday. So you're really proud of yourself for that. So I just wanted to think of 3 positive things about ourselves right now. And give ourselves that same light and love that we gave to those 3 other people. And let's go ahead and do one more deep breath. And after we finish that exhale, we can gently start to wake the body up. Wiggle your fingers, move your head back and forth. And when we're ready, you can go ahead and make your way onto your side. And then when you're ready, you can return to seated, kneeling, or standing. But that is going to be all the time I have for today's sports performance and mindset reset. So thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully we feel a little bit more mindset, like our mindset's a little stronger going into the day. And now that we've also got a workout in, we're gonna have a great day because we got those endorphins flowing. So it's a wonderful way to start. Well, I guess you're not starting your day, but it's going to start my day.
Oh, good. It's perfect. Thank you so